guys, welcome back to my channel. I am literally praying to the heavens above that the lawn people don't make any more noise. I've been waiting for them to basically shut up all day. Let's get comfy, let's get cozy, because today we are going to be talking about how to overcome shame and regret from the past. This is something that I personally have struggled with a lot in my life, and we're gonna get into why that is and how I cope with that, how I'm working on overcoming it. I would say when I was growing up as a teenager, I guess you could say fell into a little bit of like the wrong crowd. I was surrounded by people who, you know, were just stupid teenagers just like I was. Definitely were not the best examples to be set for me. They definitely warped my perspective on what was right and wrong, and like what was cool and what was fun and like what should be done. I guess you could say that they just did not make me the best version of myself. Obviously not here to play the blame game. Like, I was not the kind of person that I wanted to be at the time, and looking back, I was a completely different person than I am now. It'd be really hard to cope with because I just feel like I do not resonate with the old version of myself at all. I definitely made so many mistakes and did so many things that present day me would never ever consider doing. Of course, I give myself grace because I was young and I was dumb and I was a teenager and my frontal lobe was so far from being developed. It still can be really hard just looking back and feeling like I'm not proud of the person that I was. Sometimes I just feel like people that knew me in the past might misunderstand me now. They might have like a wrong image of me or like a wrong perspective of me because of the version of me that they knew in the past. That can be really hard. I feel like being misunderstood is something that I personally think is sad, especially with being on social media. I feel like it's bound to happen. Like, you're gonna be misunderstood. I feel like I try so hard to be a good person, to do the right thing, to put my best foot forward. Sometimes I worry that like people that knew me in the past might misunderstand me because they don't know me now. That's something that I really do struggle with. The person who I was before, that was really like before I truly found God. I've always been religious. I've always grown up like Catholic. I've been baptized, confirmation, communion, all the things. There was so much that I just didn't understand. I truly thought at the time that sins were like some made up concept to just kind of shame you and judge you and control you. I never truly understood the concept that like that might be a thing in order to actually protect you. So that led to me acting in ways that did not necessarily reflect the morals that I have now. So something that I struggle with a lot is I'll look back on like my past actions and the past person that I was, and I feel shame and I feel regret. So let's talk about some ways that I cope with this, and if you're in the same boat and you often feel the same way, hopefully this will help you guys feel better about it. First things first, one thing that I've learned is that shame comes from the enemy. Shame does not come from God. Sometimes when you are looking back on your past self, you almost feel like, I failed, I did the wrong thing, I wasn't a good person, now God is disappointed in me. And you feel this sort of shame, like you didn't live up to the expectation that God had for you. I just want to remind you guys that that is actually deception from the enemy. God loves you. God knows what is in your heart. So if you've truly learned from the past and you truly feel bad and you truly have moved forward and you take the actions to be a better person going forward, God has forgiven you, and he's never going to hold something over your head and be like, you did this, you're not good enough. When you feel those feelings of shame and guilt and regret, that is not God. That is actually the enemy. The last thing that you want to do is feed into those feelings, because at that point, you're just fueling the enemy. You're giving him more power over you. So whenever I feel those feelings, I always take a moment and I just remind myself, this is not God. God loves me. God has forgiven me. God knows what is in my heart. He knows my true intention. He knows the kind of person that I am. And if anything, you guys, he is proud of you. He has made you the person that you are today. Reading the Bible keeps me so grounded. I've been reading Psalms, and that's my favorite part of the Bible. There are so many verses that just talk about how God is protecting you from your enemies. He's protecting you from evil and not to fear. Next thing that kind of helps me cope with this is just knowing that literally everyone on this earth has made mistakes in their life. You are never ever alone if you feel this way. And I know it might feel like you are alone in your particular situation. Every single person on earth is dealing with shame and regret and guilt or just pain in different forms. Maybe they're not dealing with it because of the exact same thing that you are, but at the end of the day, they're still feeling those same emotions, just caused by different things. So you never ever have to feel alone, and you have to always just remind yourself that everybody on this earth has done things that they're not proud of. Every single person on this earth has made mistakes. Literally nobody is perfect, and if somebody tries to judge you, have absolutely no room to talk, because they have definitely made a mistake before in their life too. Just remember, if somebody ever does judge you or make you feel bad about who you were in the past or something you've done in the past, remember that they are no better than you. They've probably done something just as bad, and honestly, by judging you, they're literally just projecting onto you. All you can really do is just remember this and stay grounded and just ignore them. Also, you can't hate what made you who you are. So if it wasn't for the past and the life you've lived in the past, you literally would not be the person that you are today. I have learned so much from all the mistakes I've made. I know that if it wasn't for everything that I've been through and the person that I once was, I would not be the person that I am today. So much wiser, so much smarter, so much more mature. I honestly feel like I am so ahead of my years, all because of the things that I've gone through and experienced and learned from in my life. So as much as sometimes you might feel regret, you also have to know that whatever you've been through has literally made you who you are. At the end of the day, things in life are learning lessons. And of course, it sucks that sometimes you have to learn things the hard way. At the end of the day, sometimes that's the best and the only way that we can really learn. You do have to have gratitude for the things that have made you who you are and for the wisdom that you now have. Other people's perceptions of you really don't matter. This is something that I really struggle with because, like I said, being misunderstood is something that really, really hurts me, and I'm sure a lot of other people feel the same way. I don't want to be misunderstood because I know who I am, and feeling like other people don't get that can be really hurtful sometimes. Also have to know that not everybody knows your heart, and therefore they don't really have a say in who you are. People that truly know you and know your heart know that you're a great person. Nothing is gonna change that. However, there are so many people in this world that don't know you. They literally just judge you based off of word of mouth, outside perspective. Maybe they watch you on social media and they don't actually know anything about you. Come up with this perception that they have of you, but in reality, it's completely warped. That is really, really difficult and something that I fear from being on social media. I always just remind myself that these people don't even really know me, so their opinion literally does not matter at all. It's just like if somebody were to ask me about a food that I've never tried, I wouldn't even be able to tell them if I like it or not because I've never tried it. Somebody doesn't even know you, their opinion does not matter at all. Their perception has zero value. At the end of the day, all you can do is ignore them and stay strong in who you know you are. In the fact that God knows who you are and He loves you for who you are. He knows your heart better than anybody else, and therefore nobody's opinion of you is ever gonna change that. And yeah, those are just some thoughts I've had recently. This is definitely a vulnerable topic for me because it is quite personal. I know that this video might help some people out there, and that's truly the only thing that matters to me. I just want you guys to know that if you're watching this video, all that matters is the love that's in your heart right now and the person that you are in this present moment. God loves you and He has a special plan for you, and you should never ever let the past dictate who you are in this present moment and what you do with your future. He wants you to hold your head high and be proud of the person that you have become. Continue to do that and go out there and be the best version of yourself. I love you guys so much, and if you enjoy these talking videos and you want more advice videos, please comment down below and give me ideas. I have a few, but it can be really hard to think of things over and over again. So if you guys have any topics that you are currently struggling with and that you would love to have some advice on, please let me know, because I would absolutely love to help you guys out. I hope you guys have the most incredible day ever. I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Love you.